Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So, yesterday I did a video, what do you do if your symptoms come back? And as a result of some of the comments, this question came up. I figured it would be a nice follow on to yesterday's video. So, what do you do if your symptoms have never left? So, that's today. Relax your body, let your breathing kind of slow down. Take the intellectual knowledge that you have, move it here. Bring it to your heart. Know that you're okay. All right, so what do you do if your symptoms have never left? First of all, don't give up. You're in the right place. All right. A lot of the videos I talk about is chronic pain, but also chronic symptoms. So there's lots of other symptoms that can become persistent or chronic. So you're in the right place. What I'm going to encourage you to do is make sure you've got the clarity that you know for certain it's perceived danger, a misperception, false perceived danger that's causing the symptoms. How do we do that? Understand what's going on. What causes pain? The perception of danger. What causes symptoms? The perception of danger. How do we know if that applies to you? There's assessments. I talk about it all the time. isthispdp.com. Do the assessments. And frankly, do both. There's a pain test, short 10 question quiz that'll give you a score. If it's 30 or above, it's TMS, PDP. And then also answer the 19 questions for the FIT assessment. If you can't find it, go to isthispdp.com and read the page. It's right there. There's like 19 bullet points. The questions are there. It's not a quiz. It's not a test you take somewhere. But how many of those do you answer as true? One or more, your brain is creating the symptoms. So these are the first two fundamentals, the fundamental principles of getting better. So if your symptoms haven't gone away yet, you got to eliminate the doubt, the worry that, well, what if it's not TMS? Maybe it feels so real. It's so extreme. How could it not be physical? And one thing I'll point out is Dr. Sarno used to say that the pain from TMS or perceived danger far exceeds the pain that typically happens from most physical injuries or illness. And what he meant by that is, let's say you break a bone. The pain you feel from that is actually less than what many of us in this chronic pain world experience on a daily basis. And he says the only thing that can create pain that severe is our brains, right? Sounding the warning. So, what if your pain has never gone away? Number one, don't give up. Two, get clarity, get certain. Do the assessments. Do yourself a favor. If there's one symptom you have doubt about, or if you have multiple that you have doubt about, get certain. Do those assessments. isthispdp.com. Third is know there's a solution. You're watching it. These daily videos are helping people around the world. We've got 72 plus and counting success stories. This stuff works, folks. The last fundamental is, are you capable of it? And I'm here to tell you that you are. Because there was plenty of time during my 13 years of pain, I was like, I'm never getting out of this. This is my life, right? And I know countless people, success stories, who had the same exact feeling, this is never going to work for me. Or this is going to be forever. This is going to be my life. And frankly, if this is going to be my life, I don't want to be on this planet. A lot of people have been there. So if you're there, please understand you're not alone. But also please understand that people who felt just like you do got better anyway. So what do you do if symptoms have never gone away? I'm going to point you to my Fast Start playlist, dansfaststart.com. Write that down, dansfaststart.com. It's easy to remember. How do you get started fast with Dan? dansfaststart.com. So the first 4 videos are all about gaining clarity, what causes symptoms. What are some examples of perceived danger? What are the things your brain could perceive as dangerous? Does this apply to me? Talking about the assessments, right? What's the fourth video? Oh, the four founding principles, the four fundamental principles. All that's really accurate knowledge, and that's going to give you a base fundamental knowledge that you can lean on for the rest of your journey. Now, the rest of that playlist talks about how to teach your brain that you're not really in danger. It's just a false perception, right? So the solution really lies in that. But it's all about teaching your brain that I'm safe emotionally, physically, mentally. I treat myself better with more kindness and compassion because, as I said in a video a couple of days ago, judging ourselves harshly is not part of the solution. It's not going to help in recovery. As a matter of fact, it can slow down recovery because the brain perceives self-judgment and self-criticism as an attack. So how do I feel safe emotionally, physically, mentally? How do I treat myself better? Big one. The number one key to getting better is how do I respond to the symptoms? How do I respond? Am I confirming the brain's perception of danger by responding with a lot of fear and panic and freak out? Or am I discounting the brain's perception of danger by saying, I'm good. I've got this. I know what it is. I know what it is, and I know I'm safe. And another point is shifting your attention to living your life, focusing on living instead of fixing. There's nothing to fix, folks. Perceived danger pain means it's a falsely perceived danger. It's not a real danger, so there's nothing to fix. Dr. Sarno used to dismiss patients from his office by saying, there's nothing wrong with you, go live your life. That's what I'm saying here. Go live your life. Now some people will say, but Dan, I'm living my life. The symptoms are still here. How come they haven't gone away yet? And we just had a conversation about this in the group coaching. But I think it's really important. Sometimes people will say, I'm not freaking out anymore. I'm not afraid of my pain. I'm calm when I feel the pain. Okay? Which means you're calm, but you're kind of tolerating the pain. You're aware of it. You're tolerating it. You're kind of neutral. And I think it's important to note that neutral is not enough to convince the brain, I'm good, we can turn off the symptoms. Neutral is way better than freaking out and panic. But neutral may not be enough to move that needle over into the safe category where your brain goes, oh, whew, we don't need those symptoms anymore. So if you're in the category that you're saying, well, I'm kind of living my life, I'm calm, I'm not freaking out anymore, wonderful. That's wonderful, beautiful progress, moved in the right direction. Now what can you do to tip it into the safety category? Because neutral is not necessarily going to be viewed enough by the brain as safety to turn off symptoms. So we want to create safety proactively. How do we do that? How to talk to your brain to end your pain. It's a whole video in the Fast Start playlist. That's how we can really re-engage with our subconscious and talk to ourselves and reassure ourselves, hey, I'm good, brain. I know you're here to protect me. I love you. Thank you for doing that. I love you too. But we're really okay. So if you can think, act, and behave as if you are already okay, that will go a long way towards it. So I've covered a lot of the process here. So if your symptoms have never gone away, don't panic. They will. And it's very predictable that when you have the credible evidence of safety outweigh the brain's false perception of danger, right, if that scale tips, your symptoms are going to go away. So get clear. Clarity. It matters so much. Make a decision to accept that TMS, perceived danger pain, is the only reason for your symptoms. And then make a decision to focus on safety. A lot of people will have some symptoms show up or increase, or they're just getting frustrated that they're still around. They try to figure it out. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I must be doing something wrong. What happened? How did I move my body today, yesterday? What was I thinking? What was my stress? Even though they understand this mind-body concept, they spend an awful lot of time consumed in trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong and how come I still got symptoms. You have symptoms for two reasons. One of two reasons, or both. You still doubt that your brain is creating the symptoms. Doubt creates fear. Fear creates the perception of danger. Therefore, symptoms are sticking around. Or you understand it all. There's no doubt, but you have not yet created enough credible evidence of safety to outweigh the brain's false perception of danger. That's why you still have symptoms. That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means you're on the process. And if you continue to focus on creating that safety with the way you think, act, and behave, the way you speak, talk, you're going to get there. I can assure you of that because this stuff works. I've seen it countless times. I get at least 100 comments a day on YouTube, Facebook, at least. Probably closer to 200. And so many people are positively commenting that, hey, this stuff is really helping me out. And I've got the success stories of people getting all the way better. You can do that too. It's very predictable. So if you're not better yet, evaluate. Do I still have doubt? If so, do the assessments. How am I doing with calming my fears? Am I still panicking every time I have the symptoms or notice them, or they go up a little bit? Or am I able to calmly respond authentically, that knowing I'm not in trouble, right? TMS, temporary mind-body syndrome. PDP, perceived danger pain. Change the perception, lower the fear, symptoms can go away. So, I love you folks. I'm going to wrap it up here. But hopefully you found this a useful follow-on to yesterday's. And if you didn't watch yesterday's, watch that one too. That's what to do if pain goes away and then comes back later. So, love you. We'll see you, as always, tomorrow. Take care.